Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this Saturday, May the 18th. Frank Barton is sitting in as my co-host, as he does every third Saturday on Outdoors with Larry Ray. And we got an important subject we're going to talk about right now. We kind of hinted at it because there is a youth fishing rodeo going on this morning at Ketchum Lake out on Walnut Grove and Farm Road. But come Free Fishing Day, we'll roll out a bunch of them. And the TWRA and Hunter Henley, the TWRA Lakes and Hatchery Manager for West Tennessee, is on with us now to talk about putting the puzzle together when it comes to youth fishing rodeos. Good morning, Hunter.
Good morning, Larry.
All right, let's talk about it, buddy. This is roll your sleeves up and get your boots on and head out pretty soon. So now, how many rodeos, youth fishing rodeos, will we have in West Tennessee on June the 8th, Free Fishing Day?
We'll have 19 taking place that day.
That day, 19. Okay, and
we've got
total.
Total for the region. We're sitting on 31 right now.
Of course,
some of these events some of these events have come and gone, but still plenty more to go here, and especially for the big week there, Free Fishing Day and that week. So
how many? How many did you say you have on June the 8th? How many?
19.
19. Okay, let's talk about the logistics here. Putting together 19 fishing rodeos on the same day.
Well, basically, it's kind of a logistical challenge.
Okay.
And of course, we've been there and done that before, and we actually will bring in some extra help, some extra hauling tanks, some extra hauling vehicles, and to try to make that happen. And our biggest threat, I guess, during that time would be rain.
Yeah,
I know a lot of
we don't talk
of these.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah,
we don't talk about that. No. We don't even mention that word. You've already let it out.
Yeah,
now. It doesn't rain.
Even the logistics of getting the fish to the water. A lot of the places, they're not paved parking lots up to the lakes and ponds.
Okay.
So naturally, we have to drive through the grass, the mud, or whatever it may be, and so that might, of course, we have other avenues to get those fish in the water. Some side-by-sides and ATVs,
okay,
and small trailers, and just pretty much, whatever we got to do to get them there. But yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge during that week, and we'll actually probably start stocking some of these events.
How many? How many days before?
We'll probably start about 5 days prior.
Yeah,
just to
okay.
Be able to get all. And a lot of these locations, Larry, are locations that that if it is open to the public, then a lot of these places, they'll post signs, no fishing till the event. And some of the places that we that host rodeos, like the Hatchie National Refuge there,
right?
Of course, obviously that's closed for pretty much indefinitely, except for the rodeo. So cases like that, I can go ahead and stock those early, and then there are some folks prefer the very last minute. So.
Well, you have to look at this logistically, though, Hunter, to make sure that you hit all these places, because it is a time frame that you have, and you've got trucks going out. How many pounds of catfish will go out on Free Fishing Day?
During that week, there'll be 9,000 pounds. We'll go out just that week alone.
Yeah,
and so
and
the other logistics with it is my holding capacity there at the hatchery. We're holding these in two raceways, and they're going to make 2 deliveries. The contractor that we're getting the catfish from, 2 deliveries during that probably that Monday and Tuesday.
And they'll bring it to Humboldt. Is that right? Is that where
they will bring them to Humboldt, and as soon as those fish get put in the raceways, we'll be dipping them back out to make room for the next delivery. The next day.
Okay.
So, and make
right.
make another run, and then run the rest of the week.
And how many? What are we talking about size wise on these mostly?
These are nice fish. They're going. They're actually about averaging about 2 pounds. So,
okay, average. So they're
good catchable, edible size.
Well, that's an edible size, and again, we're talking to Hunter Henley, TWRA Lakes and Hatchery Manager for West Tennessee. And Hunter, I know there will be one stop we won't make this year, and we need to explain to the listeners out there that after 69 years, there will not be a Mid-South Junior Fishing Rodeo. I know that's tough on you. It's tough on me. It is what it is, but we need to explain this to my listeners. So how best would you explain this?
Well, and it is unfortunate, and and I'm gonna, I miss the camaraderie and the event, but we did move into some new sampling protocols, catfish sampling on our agency lakes, and that's going to be a 3-year project. And so it's really got everybody taxed as far as trying to pull that off, because that's something that we've never done before, but something that we need to evaluate. And so we've had to implement that, and with manpower restraint, I guess the needs of for our needs for that. It's just that we don't have anybody else to really pull from, and so we had to make a decision right there, and really it was already made for us, I guess. So,
it was, yeah.
And then
we're not,
of course,
we're not going to put all this on you now. I mean, because a lot of folks are going to want to know why, but you've explained it right here easily, that with 19 events going on the same day, and last year we moved it to September, which we know didn't work crowd-wise and everything else, and to make another rodeo, and I know Germantown already has a big rodeo on July the 4th, so that's a perfect place. So it was just time, I guess. I mean, when it gets down to it. And like I say, I hate that, and I regret to see it go. A lot of fond memories, and a lot of memories there. And well, it's the granddaddy of all of them. And for those of you who have fished in that rodeo, first 1951, 50-51 with the Commercial Appeal sponsoring it, as many as 1,500 kids over 3 days. I don't know how we ever pulled that off. Through 2001, and when I retired from the paper in January 2001, right away, TWRA says we're not going to let this thing end, so we did it in April of 2001 as the first TWRA Mid-South Junior Fishing Rodeo, and we have been honored to have the TWRA as part of that fishing rodeo right up through last year, 2018, but that's the way it's going to be, folks. This young man right here has his hands full. There wasn't any fishing rodeos, Hunter. I mean, what year were you born?
Right.
What year were you born?
72.
Look at that, folks. 1972. This guy was born. I mean, it was going on for 21 years before he was even born. So now he's got 19 on June the 8th. Now, that's a numbers game, Frank.
Yep.
Let me tell you.
Well,
talk about Frank.
In another life, I count a lot of things with dogs and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out how many fish you have to take to stock 19 fishing rodeos at one time.
Well, he said 9,000 pounds, and that's and to spread it out over all these different locations. It's just an amazing thing that they do to think about this, and that's just on Free Fishing Day. Now, Hunter's got a lot of other ones still to do, as we
Right.
move forward. So it is taxing. So explain the 3-year study, what you guys are doing.
We're looking at catfish recruitment on our agency lakes, and we're actually going to look at possibly adding spawning structure in the lakes for the catfish to actually utilize those and get some see if we can get some successful natural recruitment out of the catfish rather than and that would help free up some production space at our hatchery that now is catfish production. So we're just and we're also doing a experimental pond study there at the hatchery as well to look at the effects of predators on young of the year catfish. So it'd be a big benefit to us if this thing works, and
it's going to work.
And I think it will, but
yep.
We've got to go through the sampling. And we've got to look at our trends there, and look at our catch per unit effort, and actually, because catfish are a long-lived species.
Yes, they are.
And so what we're putting in, if it's not getting taken out, then we're we may cut our stocking rates back a little bit on the catfish. Actually, we're not stocking these lakes that are going to be experimental lakes at all. We've discontinued that, and we're going to add the spawning structure and see if we have some, successful catfish recruitment in those locations.
Well, we appreciate you, Hunter. Now tell our listeners they can go to tnwildlife.org. And look
That's
up
correct.
and look up all the fishing rodeos, all the dates and everything like that. They're all posted on there, and we'll have that list.
TNWildlife.org.
That's it. Thank you, Hunter. We'll stay in touch. Okay, buddy. Talk to you later then.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Larry.
All right. Let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray and switch to the Alps. Be right back.